That's right.
Who some of you in the stream chat may not have heard of. I didn't before this weekend. You obviously have.
Yep.
And he has what I would describe. Oh, we're already playing the match.
Yeah, we're in it. We are in losers top 8 right now. And how would you describe this play style?
So I was saying, Crike he's really evasive. I saw him just narrowly dodging so many things, and then coming into the whiff punish.
Absolutely.
So he will prepare himself with a prediction on where he thinks his opponent's going to be and where he shouldn't be. Yeah, exactly. And then when he gets a hold of an opponent, look, he keeps the advantage the entire time. Bones has not been allowed to touch the ground. The first stock goes to Crike.
That's right. And something even particularly interesting about his evasiveness is I will also see a lot of moments where he does risky options, things that are pretty universally considered to be big risks and commitments, like a lot of short hop drift in nairs, a lot of F smashes, but at the same time, because he's maintaining that evasiveness, it works out a lot more than traditional Marths going for those options.
Yeah, that's right. And there has been a lot of discourse about certain spacies and how in order to enact your good offense, you have to have a good defense. And I think Crike's evasiveness does that for him and allows him to take those risks. Now, Bones, on the other hand, is one of the more methodical Falcos, so it's almost a role reversal from how you would traditionally think of a Marth and Falco.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Opposite ends of the... Right. But yes, Bones I think of as a particularly orthodox Falco who's really good at the strengths of Falco. And his pressure's on point, his lasers are really good, and he does things that I think are sensible. When I see him just using Nair, especially in that moment, I think, oh yeah, he's at Marth is at a kill percent there, Nair could kill, but a lot of Falcos might not go for that.
Yeah, Bones' playstyle, you could pick apart almost every little thing, and it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, he's shaking his head in the player cam.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He is extremely nuanced. He has studied over the years so many small situations and knows exactly how he wants to execute. He gets his first stock there, already down 1 and some percent though.
That's right. That's right. We had seen Bones have a big come up over the online period, which was interesting for a player who'd been active for so many years. Melee Stats' Ambisinister has a theory called the Bones theory, which is the further Bones is away from his bedroom, the worse he does, and vice versa. So while we are still in MDVA, Bones, a Maryland resident, had to travel a little bit, and we might be seeing that in force right now.
So he's at what, 75% power right now?
It's so hard to say without looking at Bones' meter, which I think he keeps in his pocket. We have to check Bones' GPS to see how good he's playing today.
I like the ledge grab from the back air that finished its recovery while in the air. He's been slowly crawling his way back. Is he going to be able to do it before he loses his last stock, though? Crike is on the punish.
Yeah, that's right. Crike actually can feel so... it's misleading when he has such a strong lead, he'll back off and then you'll think, wow, the punish is over, but you're actually getting hit again. You're still in disadvantage.
He did that in the last stock. It's a lot like a reset in a traditional, just like that.
Just like that.
It's a lot like a reset in a traditional fighter. He does it all the time. Now we're on a game 2 on Dreamland. Traditional counterpick for Falcon at the matchup.
Right, that's right. Which I do think will... I think it'll be good for Bones, right? While Crike actually, I think, does really quite well with the space, the survivability that Bones is going to get is just going to give him more time to figure it out and do what we were seeing last game, where he was putting the pieces together, but he just didn't have the time to put it all the way through until... before he died.
Yeah, and Bones does put a lot of emphasis on stage control, so having the large space like this, you can see he goes and takes the center and then makes his decision. And so having all the space like this will increase his survivability, like you said, in particular.
Okay, back throw here. I kind of like the throws. It sets him up for an edge guard, even if it's not necessary. Oh, kind of nice.
Low.
Yeah.
And he got the weak back air, so he can't tech that easily.
Yeah. I think so. The timing was off, so it was hard to tech. But actually, at that percent, I think he was able to.
You think he was? Yeah.
Yeah. He
probably was. He did bounce, right?
He did bounce, but even in that position with the Marth tech. Wall tech, he would still be in a pretty bad position. So I do like that back throw in the corner.
Okay, we get the up throw. Will Crike be able to finish the punish? Jabs the wrong way. It can be a little tricky on that top plat. Marth has to get all the way up there.
That's right.
And you're thinking about your movement a little bit more, so the punish isn't always as clean. Forward smash, and he has an edge guard opportunity.
He's got to jump, though. Oh, Crike messes up there. I think maybe... I don't think that was an intentional up air, but he could have been trying to snipe the side B.
Yeah, maybe it was one of those things where you sort of messed up your movement a little and you tried to save it.
Oh,
something like that.
Yeah.
All right, we have an even game. Bones up slightly, so I think it's the first time he's had a real lead this set. And there's something special about the second game after you've lost the first, even at a best of 5, where you feel like you give yourself the validation that it is within your rights to win the set if you win the second game. So people often talk about the rubber match game 3, where the swing match, where it makes the biggest difference. But I feel like if you don't win game 2, you'll never even get there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we're so quick too. Like, we'll internalize. If you lose game 1, and especially if it's like convincing, you think, what am I doing here? You know? You have to convince yourself that it's winnable.
The thing is with Bones is he almost doesn't even get to that line of thought because he's thinking about so many small particularities of what went wrong in game 1, right? So rather than thinking about that, he's thinking, well, I remember when he backed off, I probably could have stayed a little more patient, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think as the set goes on, we start to I'll see in particular with Bones over long sets, adaptations in really, really small situations, and I think stemming from those thoughts. But big punish from Crike actually catches Bones missing the tech on top platform, and he gets a tipper from the side.
You know, Bones was talking, I happened to be with him talking about the Marth matchup recently. He's talking about how the Power Shield laser game has become so important in the matchup, and there haven't been that many Power Shields from Crike, so I wonder if he needs to start thinking about other parts of the game plan too. Because you can see he's sort of planning on that Power Shield and how to interact with it, but he's not worrying about power shielding so much. He's more like moving out of it, jumping over them, that kind of thing. He's treating it like a platformer.
Right. And I think it is. It's more like traditional. It's you have to put your mind back in a few years ago where you're actually not expecting another laser back at you, but maybe like Marth has advanced forward and is trying to down tilt or even nair you. And that's even more dangerous if you get hit by it. Wow.
Double down smash.
Okay.
And the thing about Bones is, thing about Crike rather, is I think he's really smartly, he is power shielding lasers, just not always the first one. And so that way you don't know when you need to enact your counterplay as Falco.
Okay. What if, is that intentional, you think? That would be crazy if it was. That's massive brain if it is.
Not sure.
Because for me, power shielding, like every time I hit a power shield, it's a massive dopamine spike. I'm like, I'm sick. Okay.
See, there's some counterplay to the power shield.
Look at the drift from Bones actually advancing towards the edge of the stage, but at that high percent, he gets knocked off and misses his side B.
Yeah, just a little close, but it's a good advantage. It's a really juicy combo percent.
Oh, you're right, yeah. Oh, but the nair and into grab is a really big opportunity from Crike. Crike waiting out the side B from the ledge and gets a shield grab.
Yeah, those platforms on the side of Dreamland, a little difficult for Marth to consistently follow up. Down smash knocks him off.
He tech chases with the down smash, and he closes out the edge guard with the down smash to the ledge.
You can probably hear the NDVA crowd through the mic. They are super excited.
Yes, they are. Oh, let's watch that sequence again.
And look, he goes off as though he's going to down air to scare him into an early up B, right? Or try to move to the early jump, and then he gets the down smash after he lands back on it again.
Okay, look at me. Look at me. I'm drawing on the thing.
Wow, what a professional.
Look at the down smash.
All right, we're into the next game on Final Destination.
Right. Yeah, pretty standard pick. Although I haven't seen that many chain grabs from Crike, but we also haven't seen him versus that many spacies.
True.
Yeah, not a ton of spacey representation in this top 16 bracket.
Yeah, we do still have 2 left, and Bones is one of them. Will he keep the Falco dream alive?
That's right. Bones is one of them. Bones is also one of the players in our bracket who is on Metafy.
Use code FALL15 to get 15% off. Okay, that tipper's going to finish the first stock. Wow.
Insane tipper. Oh, I want to see that again, but that was a absolutely massive read. Maybe even if it didn't tipper, it would still set him up pretty nicely, and being at like that mid-low percent, not super risky.
And you know, I think maybe Crike is thinking of this conceptually sort of the same way I like to, where Bones is very often holding his space or backing up, and that's it. Fortunately, because of Falco's move speed, tipper covers both of those if you lunge forward a little bit.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so he's hoping to cover that entire area, and it makes it a little bit safer than a regular old forward smash in neutral.
Hey, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Because, like, there are very clear moments. Bones like gets into a mode when he's approaching towards you, and a lot of the times it's like a laser and then laser mix-up of some kind, some shield pressure. But if Crike is sensing, hey, if you're not doing that, you're really just moving backwards or staying in place, then I think you're right. The tipper is a great option.
We saw a chain grab, but what really took me is I haven't heard the live A's for the chain grab in so long. I started to tear up just a little bit. I'm so happy that the people are back together again.
What a strange and sweet moment. It is a privilege to be here, y'all. Maybe Bones is not feeling that as he is on the verge of a 4-stock and not having a kill in sight, really. Oh, okay, the side B and a reverse forward air. Just get one, Bones. He just wants one. Do you think Bones is one of those guys who just wants one, or is like still, I can take this if he takes it?
He has he's nearly beaten Mutaking on the stage back in the day, right? At a Xanadu, I believe. So I know he believes in himself to be able to take multiple stocks in a row, but it's probably more about figuring out what interactions are working for him, because neutral's been a little rough this game on the ground.
I definitely believe so.
Yeah.
I also think the conversions from Crike are something that just really understated for me, and like any hits that Bones are getting doesn't necessarily mean that much, and it feels like he has to work so much harder to convert into a kill right now. And Crike is just like, to your point about him sort of like doing delayed punishes or resetting but still maintaining advantage, I think that means that he has to get fewer neutral wins.
Yeah, you're right. And then the way Bones is playing, not really pressing forward, Crike is sort of staying in spots where like the down air doesn't lead to much, or it's just a stray back air, like you're saying. He's not getting like the really big punish. And Bones is fully capable of enormous punishes. He's very, he's technically gifted and has amazing game knowledge, so his combo game is quite good.
Absolutely, yeah. And on a stage like FD, you might think like fewer variables as well, but Bones down 3-stock.
On the head shake, he's not super happy about it either.
Yeah. I know a lot of players who might just be like, yeah, it's just FD, whatever.
I have to say, good game knowledge in the punish game from Crike too to go for the shield breaker there, because regular, you can't, it's a little harder to hit,
All right. Having taken Dreamland, okay.
He plays Yoshi's.
Yeah, Yoshi's I think makes sense, especially, you know, if you're having a hard time catching Crike because he's being particularly slippery rather. Oh, what is that? Was that a little Freudian slip from me? Then it'll be easier, one, to lock him down, and two, those punishes that you have sort of been getting but not being full stocks will go a bit farther on this stage as well.
Yeah, so Crike is using a technique to deal with lasers when he's close, where he short hops and is ready to use a fair on the way down, because it either interrupts all the lag of the fair so that he can go for a grab or a down tilt or something else, or the fair just hits. So like if Falco's in the air, he can be in a spot where he can't come forward enough to aerial you, and the forward air either gets interrupted by the laser so you have another interaction, or the forward air just hits.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. I did not realize that. Nerf Marth. Can we do that? Are we in that game?
It is not a patch game, yeah. We patched it a couple times, but we don't use the patch version, so.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, that, just like you were talking about, Crike reading that Bones is either going to stay or run and not move forward. So the tipper being a pretty good risk reward there.
Yeah, and I think Bones, to bring this back, he needs to find spots where he can bring the fire a little bit. And he can do it in his own somewhat safe way, like a laser to approach. That's one example. I like the laser to shine grab.
Yeah.
That's the Bones style I need to see a little bit more. I want confidence from him as he mixes up approaching and backing off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we saw that especially in the FD game. When he was behind, it was all approach, right? He was like, I need to make something happen, and I need to create opportunities for myself. But like you were saying, in a Bones way, he has to maybe pick his spots. Rather than, you know, being in a mode where he's just like trying to laser and back away, or trying to go in and get an opening.
Yeah, the thing is there's a lot of feints. Like he did a lot of laser, then dash back and use an up tilt or an aerial. But sometimes like that, yeah, we need more of that. I think proportionally more. And some bigger punishes, because it is looking dire for Bones. It could be on his last stock of the tournament.
Okay. Crike gives him a little bit of a glimmer of hope, but Bones is down a game and down a stock, and he's off stage, but I know he's got those ledge techs. Yeah. I was about to say, it's over, but I should know better.
Okay, I like the tech chase with up B, the Dolphin Slash.
You can feel Bones getting a little bit antsy. He hasn't actually moved backward yet. Yeah, he got up from ledge and followed Crike all the way to the other side of the stage without turning back.
Yeah.
Looks like that's going to be it. Wow, Crike advances.
And he looked really strong, and Bones has been playing well like all tournament. It's been tough for people to beat him. I thought he was going to make it farther than this, to be honest. And
that's right. Yeah.
I heard he was going up against Crike, and I wasn't so sure after I saw what he did to Logan, after what I saw he's done throughout the rest of the bracket. But that was a really impressive performance. He very quickly found what spots Bones wanted to be in and attacked